Yeah, thank you for the sub, Desi Tom. Alright, hello everybody. My ping tuber is a little laggy as per usual, but that's fine. We'll deal with that.
He's dead.
Oh yeah, Emily's dead.
That's right, I never changed that back. Hold on. Let me fix that. You may not be aware, CoBuddy hosts a game show, and I was on it. And when I was on that game show, CoBuddy said to me, "Hey, can you be dead real quick?" And I was like, "Sure, I trust you." So
It was a pretty good bit, to be fair.
it was a pretty good bit.
I'll probably need you to go Ralsei mode near the end of this.
It wasn't Ralsei mode when I had this one made. It was just... I asked for a dead emote, and they were just like, "I got you."
It does look pretty Ralsei now that you said that.
Now that I'm replaying through Deltarune, I had the same thought about a week and a half ago, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably need you to go Ralsei mode again because I don't have my soapbox, so I need you to be my soapbox. Anyway.
Oh, valid.
Stool form?
Yeah.
You're asking
Yeah.
me to do stool for me?
I only did
it's
this
closer
the
to a
so
buddies.
bench.
disrespected.
You're lying flat, so it's more of a bench than a stool if you really think about it.
I mean, there's no one else who has a dead emote. I'm just saying.
You're right. You
I mean,
shouldn't
we could
say
use
it,
Mini
but
Matt's
you're right.
hat.
That's true. It's kind of like a platform.
So anyway, we're here to watch the funny coyote and the funny cat kill each other. Before that, a couple things. First, as always, I don't know why you'd get mad at this episode in particular regarding who wins, but you know, pulling it up just in case.
If you get mad at Tom and Jerry, you are
Beyond
not the
hope.
bomb, and you are scary.
Thank you, Matt. Where's my fucking mouse? Hello?
So remember that.
You lost your mouse.
So, couple things to talk about is we have a little bit of history to go over. In that,
do?
yeah, this was a fan chosen matchup 2 years ago at this point. They did what's called the Tournament of Champions, which they had a big ass bracket of a bunch of different matchups that people would vote on every week, and it would go through a tournament bracket.
And then they made the runner-up first.
Yeah, which is very funny. Which, by the way, it's somewhere around here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kratos versus
It's
Asura.
on the graphic.
Yeah, Kratos versus Asura came in second, which is very funny because it also came in second in the original poll they did.
And Ario is not happy about that.
And then they did it first in the after the Kickstarter era. But yeah, lots of very interesting potential matchups that could have happened.
Yeah,
Several
I
of which
remember.
are happening.
Yeah.
Like Groove versus Megamind, obviously that.
I saw Sans versus the Judge. I love the Lucina versus Grovar one. It's so
Why?
specific. It's specifically Pokemon Mystery Dungeon one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like character. They're like guys in that. They have like opinions.
Yeah, and Groval's thing is that he's a time traveler, going to the past to prevent a thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
like he's a time traveler because he's got a leaf on his head, like the
Yeah,
herb.
sure.
I get it. That's why.
Yeah, a flying traveler.
Sure.
Yes.
Hulk versus Godzilla is confirmed to be happening, despite it getting second least amount of votes in this.
What? They're not going to give us Sheev heads what we want?
I know. I want Sheev.
They're not bringing old CVP in? Come on.
Sans versus the Judge will probably happen eventually. I'm
That
still
would be
shocked, honestly, Sans versus the Judge beat fucking Freddy Krueger versus Pennywise, I'll be totally honest.
It's Sans.
That is true. It is Sans
It has an
Undertale.
Undertale character in it.
I don't think like many people know about the judge as much as Sans, but it's Sans.
Yeah, there's 1,009 votes. 1,000 of them are for Sans.
Yeah.
No, that's just accurate. That's correct.
Oh, right. This is the one that surprised me the most. Fucking Monokuma versus Killer Sensei being, I never know how to pronounce the Owl House character's name.
Loose?
Loose versus On. That surprised the shit out of me. But yeah, that's about it. This was a fan-chosen matchup. I won the big tournament. And now it's happening. It is in fact the, also with the Kickstarter, there was a, there was a Kickstarter goal for a hand-drawn episode by Luis, who did Kurt's Cowardly Dog versus Scooby-Doo.
Skirbitor.
Scooby-Doo. And...
No.
What, too far? People can make whatever noises they want, but when Matt does it...
Afro
The
Samurai
movie.
versus Samurai Jack. He did another one that I'm blanking on, but...
But TLDR, he does a lot of good ones.
Yeah. And we're gonna see... I mean, I've already seen it, but you know.
Wile Coyote, the fastest and furriestest of the Looney Tunes.
Tomcat, the powerhouse pussycat from
Neither of those
Tom and
things are true,
Jerry.
by the
The fans voted for it and we're here to deliver.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In tales told over a shimmering campfire by the tribes people of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sewetmuk, he was a foolish
All right, 40
Oh.
seconds in. All right, let's calm it down a little bit.
No, I mean, that's the entire joke, right? Also, yeah, they did have to blur something. I remember what happened there. So what
They
happened?
accidentally showed Fox butthole. Tragic.
No,
Truly tragic.
There was a bit of stolen artwork, because, what happened was, they got the piece of artwork from a website, celebrating a Native American, thing, and that website stole the artwork.
Yeah.
So they used the art from the website and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
trickster who could die and return to life.
And to the brothers Warner, he's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
To this day, the great coyote stalks the American Southwest, hunting his indefatigable prey, the Roadrunner.
Good bit.
And
my
this
God.
modern Wile coyote
Yeah, the fucking fake Latin.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
every
love all the
single one.
species. Yeah.
yeah, every
That's-
single one.
It's a good bit.
is driven by a ruthless entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, and it drove him straight off a cliff. He'll chase that bird-shaped happily ever after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E. Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary and forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face, an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and urban environments.
They're also speedy little demons. They can sprint at up to 43 miles per hour. Though that's cold comfort when that blue meeping bastard can make beams of light look stone still or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wile manages to consistently keep up with his prey at all. but he does.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the Coyote
Wile
and the Roadrunner.
Coyote,
Heck,
super
Bugs
genius,
Bunny
that's
himself
him.
needed to take super speed supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wile.
But almost as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wile's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
He's got your classics like dynamite, anvils, and
Oh my God.
Good God.
Yeah, that would be. Did they watch every single episode? I
Probably.
feel like the answer is yes.
Probably,
They're only like 5
yeah.
minutes long.
This is the type of thing where they like walk into the office and say, "Oh, we gotta watch every
Yeah.
Looney Tunes. Oh, I gotta
Oh,
go make
no.
some chocolate milk and smoke some
Terrible
weed and watch every
thing.
Looney Tunes. Oh, this sucks. I gotta sit on the comfortable couch." Yeah, I think.
Shame.
Probably still not as bad as researching all of Doctor Who.
Yeah, considering they no longer have episodes available.
There is genuine just fucking lost media of Doctor Who, yeah.
Yeah.
loaded boxing gloves, along with heavier artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10 billion volt
became
electromagnet,
Mega Man?
and a friggin' trebuchet.
Yeah.
A Reddit favorite.
Probably.
Many of which he invented himself and uses in excruciatingly detailed schemes that inevitably go awry. Despite being a self-described super genius, Wile has an officially measured IQ of 3.
That's the same IQ as a cactus.
Okay, the test results were fake, but he's still an idiot.
So why not let a soulless corpse
Also, yeah, he was a Green Lantern at one point.
I mean, naturally. Who hasn't been at this point?
Yeah.
My ass was a Green Lantern at some point, I'm pretty sure.
do
Can we
the hard
establish
work
your
for
us
him?
through?
Acme sells any
That's
product
true.
that you can imagine, and Wile is their most devoted customer, contributing up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pops. Oh, don't worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
He's got an Acme Book of Magic, Acme Clonomatic, Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box, Acme Universal Remote, which can pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
Too bad half the stuff Wile
Alright, just
uses
like
is
Click with Adam
intentionally
Sandler.
sabotaged because
Oh.
Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners. My man cannot catch a break, but he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failures, Wile is still a tune and can bounce back from just about anything.
He's been sliced, stabbed, squashed, exploded, melted, blasted into a constellation, and overall verbed for the last 87 years straight without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar to the immortal Coyote of Sewetmuk legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall tons of times and even left the
Yeah, the fact that they keep on tying it back to, like, mythology and all that is such a funny running gag in this episode.
comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Ah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological reason for these abilities. Looney DNA. Every toon's got it, not just the loony ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off the page, essentially dictating their personal slice of reality to whatever is funny.
Like how gravity only affects the Coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics as we know them.
That's why Wile developed a counter to this immortality, the Looney DNA Dissolver, which leaves Toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
It was Wile's experience as a veteran toon that landed him a job at Acme University as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks.
So I will say, what's about to come up is probably one of my fucking
What?
favorite analysis portions of
He's
Death
a
Bell.
teacher?
Yeah, I mean he's a super genius. Of course he's a teacher.
I would not trust him with children.
I mean, he's a college professor, so like...
It's true. Well, no, actually no.
Teaching
Oh, no, he
up-and-coming
teaches
Tiny
children?
Toons
Okay,
how
yeah,
to
never
use
mind.
their abilities.
Yeah, no, he teaches actual children.
Yeah, that is like I saw the picture
One of
before.
them is a
the video
baby
before.
in
Okay.
a diaper. Like,
Yeah, but the
so
baby in a
Naruto-
diaper is
And
like
just like
way
Naruto's
ahead of its
jutsus,
time.
Toon Force works like an
Just like
actual
Naruto!
system.
Just like Naruto!
Jutsu!
Yeah.
Let's go!
It's so funny.
Believe it.
Believe it.
comparing the characters' tune powers to shit like Naruto jutsus is so funny.
Tunes like Wile who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means Wile should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And my favorite was the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
Hold on.
And
my favorite was the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck
Shoutouts to AVGN back there.
up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wile's got a cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject failure at his life mission. He's helped stop a meteor from destroying Earth, beat the Monstars in basketball, and even, whoa, snap!
Thank God
caught
Space
the
Jam
Roadrunner.
mentioned.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, Space Jam is gonna be important.
No.
Oh, good.
So
It should
damn
be.
close.
According to 1977's Tweety and Sylvester issue 67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,776,842 times. Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
That takes dedication, or maybe self-destructive
And
stubbornness.
he is
Too blinded
dedicated,
by
so that
He's-
checks out.
He's just gonna keep doing it. He doesn't give up.
Rise and grind.
Which, you know, he may be a bit stupid, but
birdlust to see the forest
But
for
he's
the
a
trees.
genius.
But Acme's intentional malfunctions and Coyote's recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else, something grander, otherworldly, standing in the way of our
Nagatoka made a mention.
I didn't
I
want to
was-
mention him.
I was
already
focusing
scared.
on-
world.
I was
Nagito!
just looking at Murphy. I saw Mr. Danganronpa, but also, Murphy's over there. Milo Murphy.
Worldly, standing in the way of our furry friend's salvation.
Wiz, there's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this guy.
And by God, we mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner. Chuck Jones.
The guy that created
Chuck
him and
Jones
forced
fucking hates this thing.
the Looney Tunes into how we know him today.
Originally meant to be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry,
God,
Jones established several rules.
I hope this ends with like Tom and Jerry and the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote forming a four-man party
And
to kill
smoking
God.
weed.
Yeah, the dire blunt rotation.
Tire.
for their animated shorts that superseded
Well,
Coyote's
humiliated
reality warping
them,
tune
my
abilities.
screen.
Rules
I
that
do like
cover his
that.
obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creatives have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God nerfed Wile E. Coyote. In all our years making Death Battle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry fail son? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the swing and a
Don't
miss
call the-
superstar.
the
As long
fucking
as he
Coyote
picks
a
himself
fail
back
son.
up and dusts off the
Something
ashes,
about that
that'll
feels-
never be all, folks. For
It's true.
Feels like
I mean, is it wrong?
It's so true, and they should not say it.
Wile E.
Next thing I'm
Coyote.
gonna be calling him a himbo.
The year was 1939. War raged in Europe between the British Tommies and the German Jerrys. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous
Welcome to history.
What? You're gonna fucking learn today!
escape from the German encirclement
Is
off
that
the
right?
coast of Dunkirk, one might have called the battle a game of cat and
Yeah, you
mouse.
don't remember that
Oh,
part
wow,
where
is that
Tom
actually where their
Cat
names
fucking
come from?
killed Hitler? I thought that was famous.
Tom and Jerry is a metaphor for World War II. This is like entry level analysis. This is the ground floor.
Is this what they teach in American schools, huh?
Real Tom heads don't.
I'm I'm looking this up.
Regardless of their names' origin, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the undisputed kings of slapstick comedy.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tom Cat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls. Violence ensues, and Tom is reprimanded by Mammy Two Shoes.
Who is, let's say, very much from the 1940s.
And if you're like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy, flea-ridden rodent over man's second best friend. Oh, big yawn.
House cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators. They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite being commonly perceived as nocturnal, they're actually crepuscular and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British
Now
shorthair.
you're
There's
always bothering me at bedtime, Wanda?
Yeah.
Also, yeah, China really loves Tom and Jerry. Don't worry, we'll get into that.
strong, stocky Roman cats
Oh,
built
I'm
to withstand
guessing.
harsh
I get
conditions.
it.
And for Tom,
Oh,
harsh
the gotcha
conditions
mechanics
is
are
an
going to come into
understatement.
play.
Tom
I
has
see.
collected a
yeah, it
crazy
adds to the
assortment of
lore.
weapons in his war against mousekind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household.
Christ. When a show
Like,
has
you're
got-
joking. There is actually a popular Tom and Jerry gotcha game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That-
Dead by
like, quite
Daylight.
popular.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Like
meant.
baseball
Dead by
bats,
Daylight.
lead pipes,
And guns, lots and lots of guns. But he's got wackier things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow. Or
What,
the
from
Rewind
Magic?
Remote, which can move your
So all that for 3 mana?
From Magic Tea Gathering?
victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with K's, of course.
Two
Which is the
people
cat
with
part.
both of
Tom's
them with
arsenal is
remotes
heavily
that go back
improvisational,
in
which
time,
fits
so you
his
know
quick
that's gonna
thinking
show
like
up.
Adam Sandler
Sandler.
Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah.
Just like
Often
Adam
loses his
Sandler.
spouse's Jerry.
Just
Adam
like
Sandler
Adam
is that movie.
Sandler.
Incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
just like
And
Adam
even in
Sandler?
defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times, but little known cat fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Fucking stupid ass. How dare you make me laugh? Fuck you.
Done some different kind of research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell.
Yeah, remember when Tom went to hell?
I can believe it.
Who doesn't?
A real Game Boy Advance game.
Where all
Tom goes
cats
to hell?
go.
Extremely hardcore for a tune, but there isn't much of a limit to what Tom can do. He can clone himself, levitate in the air, make his imagination real, and even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you only watch the classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Dodoy Whiz. They were actually named after the 2 characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry Hawthorne and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all
I'm just
term in
staring into
1800s
the
England
imaginary
for young,
screen right
drunken
now.
rabble-rousers.
One could,
Yeah,
in
that makes
fact,
sense.
say that many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation. And he was just fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but he's okay.
He taked an explosion that launched him through time to the Stone
There's
Age
been a
and
pattern
has
with
run
both
through
of their
space
deaths.
at massively faster than light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you is the fact that at the end of the day, they're actually friends.
And they've worked together tons of times to save the day, like when they helped a little orphan girl, Robin Starling, find her way home. Oh, that's a nice end to their story.
Don't you
random Tom and Jerry the movie
Don't you
fucking.
believe it.
Believe it. Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
mobile game. Let's go.
SSR swimsuit Tom. Show me them gams, Tom.
Long ago, the warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Erlong Shen, battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the Tree of Life, whose branches encompass all of time and space. Banding together, these warriors use the star element to dispel the darkness and save the universe.
What the fuck?
While it may sound completely insane, it is. Chase is a Chinese mobile gacha game whose
Understandable
lore is
reaction.
not entirely in keeping with the spirit of the source material. However, it is officially licensed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment,
I can't
which
believe Tom's
means
gonna
we
win
have to include
just
it in our
because
research.
he has a
So that
gacha
the
game.
gods may grant us mere mortals some heavenly push.
No!
Friendly rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
I could watch him on repeat forever. Too bad he's still a filthy feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well then, you're in luck, because the Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
Alright, I am going to get the prediction set up real quick. Start prediction.
Where can I vote that they kill Chuck Jones?
Prediction started.
Yeah, thinking about it, it's Death Battle. I mean, if Tom just dies, that's just the thing that happened to him before.
Yeah,
Put
it's
a
like
bet on
Nerd
Jerry
Card.
and the
Yeah,
Roadrunner
best
just
for
chilling
now.
nearby.
That's right, Boomstick. You can
Yeah.
look them up for yourself on our brand new website, deathbattle.gg.
Just click the
GG.
merch tab at the top. We've got mugs, stickers, shirts, and more.
I'm partial
Deathbattle.io.
to the official researcher's notebook. I promise it's not a death note. See, it says so right on the cover.
Sure. There's also exclusive merch for website members, like my beer cooler, which keeps my beer nice and cold. And I guess, theoretically, other beverages too.
Then there's the limited time Game Over tee, which
Of
won't be available much
course.
longer, so if you want it, go grab
They
it
love
quick.
that
We'll be
person,
releasing
right?
more
The
stuff.
random person from the
Yeah, they
yeah.
they sure did. The subreddit sure did get weird about it.
Yeah, cute girl, all the fan art.
Throughout the year, so check back for updates. Picking up an item or two.
I
really
can't
helps
remember,
support
it was the
independent death
Jujutsu
battle, so we wanna say a great
and-
thank you to everybody
Yeah, it was
that's already
Mahito
placed
versus
an order.
Shigaraki.
Head over to
Yeah, there was a character that
deathbattle.gg.
dies in the first 5
Use the Death Battle
seconds,
swag,
and
that's right for you.
Reddit just loved that character.
Yeah, they just like did shit with her design all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
They're still doing it, although in
Yeah.
granted less weird ways nowadays, but yeah, they were fucking weird about it for a few
Yeah.
months there.
Granted, she does have a cute design.
Though I have shit to say about the subreddit
Uh-oh.
being weird at the end. We'll talk about that.
Let's go, gamer.
But yeah, any last moment predictions from y'all before I hit play?
Who won in the vote? Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Oh, I kind of want to abstain from this one in particular. I feel like I lose something within myself if I make a serious guess about Tom versus Wiley.
I'm fully with Matt on this one.
That is totally fair. But yeah, let's just get to it, huh?
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
It's all right. It was, you know, all right. Okay.
That was great. That was fun.
Come on, you apes! You wanna live forever!
Well, do you want to live forever?
Wizard.
I'm really enjoying the explosion. .ogg. No.
Tom getting hit by the plane is probably my favorite gag in this entire episode.
Oh, my YouTube page!
My algorithm.
No, I think that might be a buff to the Coyote. He's no longer cursed by God.
Double KO.
Oh no, Tom's got extra lives.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
And now he's tired. He's gonna take a fucking nap.
Understandable. Is he no longer cursed by God? Is that the idea?
He can talk.
True. He's fun now.
Well, that was only a restriction put on him by his terrible father. Weren't you watching the intro?
Yeah. No, he's still cursed. They'll get into it.
Okay.
It's very funny how they get into it.
It's true. Tom will be back. He did lose all his lives, but he will be back.
Yeah, he just
Like,
needs to go to hell. He'll be fine.
What
Yeah.
it comes down to is it is funnier for Wile E. Coyote to have won this than the other way around. And that's truly, I think, the determining factor. And I mean that both as a joke and deadly 100% serious.
So just one moment, while I try and find it again. That's... Omni-Man
There we
versus
go.
Homelander debunked. Fraud Battle Real? By Liam Swan. Goomba versus Hot Dog. Mario versus Soul Leveling. Death Battle number 200.
Oh my god.
The 10th Columbo reference. Columbo ASMR to watch Wile E. Coyote versus Tomcat 2. Guys, Thor just got faster. Ben Singer versus Chad James is not close. Ranking all my friends. And Wile E. Coyote reacts to his own death battle. Negative 1 billion views.
Literally just right now.
Oh,
Bless him.
Spoilers! He's alive. That means he won.
Damn, you're right. How could they have a spoiler in their own video like that?
I think it's a good bit to give it to the one with the ability to end the cartoon while they are ahead.
But yeah, what did y'all think of it overall?
Honestly, that was just a fun time. I had a good time here.
Yeah.
It was great.
Tom's died before. He's fine.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad that the time traveling remote click didn't come in to effect at all, because they both had that.
They both had it. I think that's the thing. If they both have it, there's no point to bringing it out because, like,
true.
Okay.
But like, imagine all the time travel.
So the thing is, like, they already did that, and like, the Cold War like came to the same point. They did it 1,000 times, but we didn't see it.
True.
Because they undid it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, one thing that I have seen brought up a few times is that it wasn't as kind of like over the top and chaotic as Courage vs. Scooby was, but I think that's fine. I think
True, they did go to World War II, sorry.
It's not something that, like... What am I trying to say here? I'm glad it didn't go to, like, a cosmic nature, because I think it works better for this episode. Because the whole thing of Courage vs. Scooby was, it was two friends, like, effectively having an argument over who was going to fight the monster. So it escalating to that size is part of the joke, where these two are actually trying to kill each other, and also just the fact that, like, kind of more grounded stuff is more what people are familiar with yeah, with these two cartoons.
Yeah. It felt like a typical episode of Looney Tunes, with the exception of the blood splatter at the end. That's pretty Death Battle. I mean, felt like it could be a Looney Tunes episode.
Well, first off, that's actually ketchup. That's not blood. That's been confirmed.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I suspect edginess from everywhere now. Okay.
But yeah,
just a typical Looney Tunes episode.
Obviously, we're paused on it, so it's taking up a little bit more. But it's on screen for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I do like that the actual death is kind of just like incidental and kind of anticlimactic in a way. It's just the front of the house falling on top of Tom.
Yeah.
They found a way to let one of them lose without actually making the other one meaningfully win, which is like very important for this.
Mm-hmm.
They understood the mission statement.
Yeah.
This was a race to the bottom.
Losing from splash damage is a way to put it too. Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad they didn't, like, as funny as it is in the analysis, I'm glad they didn't, like, actually pull in the gotcha stuff.
Yeah, that would have been a bit.
It probably would have been a bit much.
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean, no! Animal cruelty, no!
Considering coyotes eat cats, I'm not surprised.
While both Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful, they weren't literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first...
Also, yeah, I still love that stupid gag of fucking Wile getting hit by the Acme crate and then Tom getting hit by the actual fucking plane.
It was a really good one, too, of, like, the crate not falling where the shadow was, and then the plane... I think that was the best, like, overall bit in the whole thing. Like,
it's definitely my favorite.
their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wile to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wile gets the edge in stats.
Wile's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
Yeah, they'll get into it, but that the anti-Looney DNA potion thing was effectively the whole deciding factor in this.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wile is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness.
Here's
Tom,
the
was consistently
here's the
more
pity
flexible,
category.
pragmatic, and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place. Space Jam.
Yeah!
Brother,
baby,
yeah,
let's
Space Jam
fucking
mentioned,
go.
let's go!
This is actually important. It establishes that Wile E. Coyote has canonically won against someone else. That's all this is, right? That's why this is important?
Yeah!
He did manage to blow up a couple members of the Monstars, now that you mention
against the
it.
villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wile's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for, Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wile couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA Dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention.
Of course, it was that fucking Roadrunner.
Limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wile's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wile, whereas
Wile found a way to bypass his Nen contract.
His victory.
Wile gave one hell of a
Yeah,
chase
he was
and
under a
left
Nen
Tom
nullifier,
Jones in for a
so
rematch.
The winner.
The effects of terrible bad luck did not affect. I'm telling you, the moment that shit hit him, he overcame his inability to win. Like,
but yeah, so before we see it next time, we need to rank this one.
stool form E!
Thank you, Emily. Actually, hold on. That does remind me. I need to get rid of it. While we're giving our scores, I need to set something up real quick. I need to get legs. Where's my...
Cool, buddy. It's left. I missed them.
Alright, gang, I think it's a 9.
Yeah, I think it was solid.
Yeah. It was just like, by the standards of which we judge this, by which nothing has ever gotten a 5 or lower, yeah, that's a 9.
It's a 9. I agree. I'm easily swayed, but I think that's a 9.
To be fair, I don't think
I want you to decide for yourself, especially if you agree with me.
Yeah. I'm easily swayed. In a good way. I think that's a 9. I like how you're just de-evolving into old versions that I've drawn of you, Co-Buddy.
Well, I need feet, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Matt, where do you put this?
Like, it's a 9. I'm trying to come up with an argument to make it a 10. But, like...
I don't think there is one. There was nothing that blew my fucking ass out of my shorts, right?
Mm-hmm. I think
there was
that's
nothing
totally fair.
that absolutely sent me to hell.
I do think, like, the very ending is interesting to me in a way that they didn't really get into, but, like, I think it just... It's like as the top of 9. I think it's like tiered order.
Oh, I agree. I think it's better than any other
be.
9 we have there. I don't think we have these in an order.
No, not really.
Yeah. It is
can make it an order
the
now.
best. It is absolutely the best. Okay, if we're putting it in order now, this one, Amogus, Master Chief, Asura, Mahito, and Shigaraki. In that order. IMO.
Easily swayed. I say yes.
Yeah, I'm not
a strong opinion person.
I'm struck. Oh no, I think Asura should be second from the bottom. To be clear, I think Master Chief beats out.
Oh, okay.
Like, as much as I'll joke in the day, on the day of, about like Asura gets a 10 no matter what. No, of course not. Are you fucking kidding me? Compared to some of these other fights, they're so good.
You were about to say something, Matt?
Was I?
Yeah, maybe you're just making noises, and I respect that.
Oh, I sorry. I guess I was lost in the sauce.
Fair enough.
All right, so the next time
is Wile Coyote.
Oh yeah, we have a next time.
Next
That's
time
true.
on
They keep
Death
making
Battle.
these. Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Yep.
Okay.
Subscribe and join.
See, as soon as I knew that Coyote was getting on a soapbox, I knew exactly what it was.
Yeah,
like before I function as your soapbox, let me just I'm looking at this like
it would have been
Spider-Man
so funny.
has some severe cape shit. Deku gets kind of wild. Like, I don't know about enough about the functional limits of Spider-Man to determine this matchup the way I can from the other side.
So it's like probably closer than most people think. Like, when this was first announced, people thought it was a pretty easy layup in Deku's favor, myself included. But there's
the comic book character. Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
Spider-Man
Deku
and
gets
those
into some stuff.
Yeah, Spider-Man and those types of characters is like generally like there's always shit where like you'll have one random comic of fucking Spider-Man punching out Galactus or some shit, but those are pretty rare. But Miles has, like, especially in recent runs, has had some shit, like becoming emissary of a spider god, a Nazi.
Oh, okay, sure.
Whether they take that into consideration is another thing entirely, but that's, you know.
Earnestly, I think this fight is only taking place because they're both teens with powers that feature lightning themes, even if Deku's isn't actually lightning.
The whole thing is like inheritors of the previous mantle and all that. Like that's
that
that's
but on the one hand, one of them's Peter Parker and the other one is fucking All Might.
Yeah, and elaborate. I think she's dead.
Yeah, I'm thank you for
She's
being...
been face down for a while. Can she, like, breathe?
It's fine, it's fine. That being said, I think people are hating this matchup for stupid reasons. There's
you can hate it for much more reasonable reasons. Like, they didn't put my boy Koichi Himawari in fucking Death Battle. You want to see someone kill a child? That man!
What?
Sorry,
Who?
I'm dying.
people are like bitching about how
The crawler boys, let's go.
how it's 2 returners, which again, whatever. It's really soon after Shigaraki, which again, kind of whatever. Again, this would be one thing if it was a season, but that was like 3 months ago. So,
True.
like, the time between episodes is much larger. And also, you know, the fact that MHA is entering its final season, so, like, there's a decapitalization on that and all that. No, I think people are hating, I should be hating on this matchup because I think the writing is gonna be fucking ass.
Oh, is that just because Deku's one of the least interesting characters as written of all
No!
time?
I'm gonna say it's probably because they're both good boy heroes.
Yeah, because these are 2 characters that are hard to justify fighting, period, in addition to them fucking outright killing each other.
Like, I have
Yeah.
friends that are actively writing My Hero Academia fanfiction that I'm in the process of reading. And I will tell you earnestly, there's so much shit that could have been made interesting about that character that they never go anywhere with in exchange for making him God's purest little being that also has to go through the horrors of war. 'Cause that's more or less what he boils down to by the end.
Alright, that's...
And we all know Miles is a good boy.
We all know Miles is a good boy. We all know Miles is a good boy. And that eventually, you know, Miles gets some other stuff done and has some multiversal friends and stuff like that, and that's all well and good. I do think ultimately there are wasted possibilities for Deku in terms of characterization, but in terms of actual like power set, Gear Shift might solve this problem on its own.
Yeah,
Like, I hate being like, this is gonna be a close one, except for the buried lead, but like, on the one hand, we have literally Spider-Man, which, like, if anyone's saying this is even kind of a match for Spider-Man, that's wild, considering how much Cape shit has done over the years. But also, if it is close, one of them gains the power to manipulate physics for a couple minutes.
What patch of MVCI are we on? Are we on
Yeah, that's a
current
good
patch or are we on
question.
1.0? If we're
Well,
on
Miles
1.0,
wasn't in
Spider-Man
it.
has
Does he have access to the Power Stone?
Yeah, does he have the Power Stone Infinite? What patch are we
it was
on?
Reality Stone, first off. Second,
was it?
Oh, yeah,
that
you're
was
right,
Peter Parker. Which, I will say, based as hell for saying Spider-Man. Because Miles is Spider-Man. Fuck you, racists.
True! Tell him!
That being said,
Actually tell him.
some people were being wildly fucking racist.
Oh, of course.
Like in our chat? Can I kill him?
No, not our
I feel
chat.
better about our community.
No, not our chat. Because, haha, Black Whip.
What?
Oh, Deku has a power named Black Whip, and historically, slavery involved the use of whips against black people. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it, regrettably.
Fandom, do you understand the bit that you have? Look at that. Isn't that nothing?
Deku's superhero name is Deku,
Yeah,
by the way.
his full name is
Deku's
Izuku
government legal
Midoriya.
name is
Yeah.
Izuku Midoriya.
Yeah.
But who we should be talking about is the fucking crawler! I'm telling
The
you!
crawler! Let's go!
Everybody else is here for the fucking crawler at this point, but I'm just
Give me the
like,
crawler.
I've been this man's stand since day one! I
I
was telling people to watch this fucking show. I finally got my friends watching it.
What? Hey, Emily, I hesitate to ask, what is the crawler?
Oh, he's from My Hero Academia, the spin-off.
Oh, is that the? I think I've seen a little bit of it.
He's
He
the
seems like a
gross
good
little
boy.
man who hovers around.
Yeah, and he's hovers on all fours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the power of a kindergartner's concept of I'm not touching you, essentially.
I love that.
That's actually Gojo has that, but
Yeah,
he does have
yeah, he
like he has the
does.
power of like he's held up like a hockey puck on an air hockey table.
Yeah. Yeah, I do actually want to read that / watch it at one point. So you're right.
Feel free to live blog it at me. I love when people read vigilantes.
Hell yeah.
My friend also described. Sorry, I'm just talking about Koichi now.
Yeah, no, you're good.
One of my friends who did already read through this series described him as, and I agree, the most rizless man ever created. This man was born with negative game, and he's going to die that way.
Good for him? Question mark?
Anytime he opens his mouth, it's to put his foot in it.
Oh, I love people like that. Not real people, but like characters like that.
I will say though, the community has had a little bit of a turnaround recently though, because they've all organized to fucking hating Nutstaku. Which,
The what?
if you don't know who that is, that's great. Good for you. I'm so proud of you.
YouTuber video essay guy who's like the worst you can possibly
He
imagine.
ain't a video essayist. That's for fucking sure.
Does he have white hair?
He looks like shitty Sans, yes.
Wait, is
Yeah.
is he like a reaction guy? Is he like
sure
a Leafy
is.
style
Yeah.
reaction guy?
Yeah,
I
he
knew he
does
was one of the
react-
two. I don't watch his content because I'm not fucking stupid, so I like wasn't entirely sure. But like, I do know he like sucks a lot, and you think of like the worst version of YouTube anime Gooner reaction boy that you can think of, and like then make it 2 degrees worse, and you're getting close.
Yeah, he sucks. He sucks ass, and the entire because he like. I mean, this is getting into drama slop shit, but he has like this weird like. Even beyond, like, normal disliking of My Hero Academia, he has this weird fucking hatred for it. So he got big mad.
I have a reasonable hatred. I don't even have a hatred of it. I have a reasonable level of criticism for it at any given time, I feel like. One that involves talking up vigilantes and be like, man, I'm sad that they wasted some of the potential for Deku. Hi, Wanda.
Yo!
This here.
Baby!
My criticism of My Hero Academia is that Hawks lived and I'm happy.
But yeah, any other comments about the next time before I send us over to someone?
If you want some decent social commentary around the world of My Hero Academia, Vigilantes actually bothers to do that. In more than just like, guys, there's a better way to solve the heteromorphic racism than by bombing a hospital.
What?
And they're like, you know what? You right. At one point during the final arc, one of the characters... A large part of the series has been that there has actually been a non-zero amount of discrimination against like people with heteromorphic abilities in the background because they don't look as human. On like a great deal of like, especially in the later series when things are kind of coming to a head, like aggression towards anyone who could be seen as a villain, even if they're like patently and blatantly not that. And it's something that's explained to be like even greater in like rural areas, like countrysides where like more forward-thinking, philosophies might not have taken as root as heavily. This comes to a head in one of the enemy forces is being manipulated, but is ostensibly about like people with heteromorphic quirks rising up during a time of social unrest to try to achieve any sort of like civil rights reform for themselves, given that there is like institutionalized discrimination against them.
Thank you, Emily. There is a timer for this.
I know, I'm letting her talk, and I'm gonna,
Yeah.
at the last possible second, I'm gonna hit the Ray button.
Buddy, could you move me to the left of Emily?
Yeah.
So
Move to the left
basically,
of
when
Emily
all
real
that
fast.
is...
Am I okay, thank you. In order to facilitate the raid, I'm going to now blast Emily with a strawberry vanilla scented beam. Wow! Wow!